Final Fantasy 16 reportedly a Sony exclusive for at least 6 months. Um, no idea how long it actually is. We kind of heard similar things about Final Fantasy 7 remake, and it's still not
Yeah,
on
still not there.
anything else. So, or I guess it's on PC.
I don't know, man. Like
But
Sony right now is just funny. Like I was just gonna say with like especially with the Activision Blizzard deal, like I just feel like they're keeping all their cards on the like in their hand right now. They're not planning anything. They're not letting people know
mhm.
just because they don't want to add fuel to the fire for that acquisition. So I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was just exclusive. Period. I didn't know there was gonna be like a timed thing. But
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I think what happened was at the beginning of this generation, because Sony just had so much clout and so much power, after the PS4, Xbox One generation, that
yeah,
they nailed down all these exclusive deals, like with this, with Deathloop, with Final Fantasy Remake, like Ghostwire,
yeah,
Tokyo, like a bunch of these games they got these like year long, 6 month, whatever exclusive deals, and now they're in a weird spot because they're trying to say, like, with all this Activision stuff going on, they're trying to say, well, hey, like that's gonna take away our power in the market. That's gonna take away our share of our piece of the pie, essentially.
yeah.
And it's just funny because like that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, granted, on a smaller scale, like this is Final Fantasy versus Call of Duty. It's two
Yeah.
different beasts,
But I mean,
but
it's the same conversation we had before. That's exactly what PlayStation did in the PS4 era. They gobbled up
mm,
all the exclusives and all the exclusive content and play these maps 6 months early or 3 months early with Call of Duty, pre-order Call of Duty. Like I don't know. It's such a just a dumb argument. Like I don't know, man. Have your first. I think third party exclusives are ridiculous, anyways. Um, have your first party stuff and then
yeah,
go from there. Like it's always kind of bothered me that one console will get exclusive because that makes the other like the other iteration of that game less valuable or and as far as like the gamer's time goes and what the content is in there. Like Spider-Man's only for Avengers, which who cares about Avengers, but like that's one thing. Like so
but
yeah,
like
that stuff is
the
a little
point still
annoying.
stands. Like Elden Ring. Like, what if there was an exclusive like dungeon for Elden Ring for PlayStation players? Like that would be, I don't know, like
Yeah.
stuff like that where stuff like that probably happened in the last generation that I'm not thinking of, where like there was like a big chunk of exclusive content that went to PlayStation or Xbox. And like that kind of stuff is just it's dumb. Like have your first party, have your exclusives, but you shouldn't, number one, you shouldn't be paying someone to keep their games off of a service.
Yeah.
Number two, you shouldn't really be paying to keep games off of another platform either, because that's just like, it's almost like rigging the game a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not giving a fair shot to the other console maker,
But
and
hey,
like
if you're Square Enix, like you get a ton of money up front from PlayStation to have it 6 or a year month exclusive, and then in that next year, Xbox is like, hey man, let's get this on Game Pass. Here's a ton of other money. So I mean,
yeah,
maybe it
or
works out
like
for third parties like in that aspect, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just tired of the debate. I'm tired of the argument. Like you said, first party stuff, go for it. But third party stuff, it's a little annoying.
yeah. Yeah, maybe third party studios, like they get another shot at releasing their game. Like with Ghostwire, like maybe that's going to do better on Xbox
Yeah,
than it did on PlayStation, because I'm sure it didn't sell like super well on PlayStation. So maybe it like gives these games like another breath of light, or
yeah,
rather another breath of life.
yeah.
Uh,
That is true too. Because I think I wonder what like the downloads were for like Deathloop. 'Cause, I mean, I was very much interested in playing that game whenever it first launched because it got, I
mhm.
mean, tons of Game of Year awards and stuff like that, and so yeah, maybe it works out for the third parties people, but yeah, if you're just like a gamer that has one console, just chooses, and then all of a sudden you're locked out of stuff and paying the same price. Like it's different. It'd be like,
No,
okay,
it sucks.
Call of Duty for Xbox is $50, but if you pay $10 more on the PlayStation, you get all these maps or
Yeah,
something.
so-
They don't,
so, no.
they don't do that. So yeah, it's a little frustrating.